That's really hazy last. It was a handful of days. We ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to call the August 7th, 2025 meeting of the County of Oswego Industrial Development Agency to order. Tim, would you like to do a roll call vote? Or a roll call of who's here from the attendance?
Well, sure. Nick Canelli,
Present?
Mark Greco,
Present.
Christian Peter Clark,
Present.
Mary Ellen Chesbro,
Present.
Tim Stahl, I'm here, and Gary Stannard, I believe, is excused.
Yep.
And Pat Carroll. Sorry, Pat.
Sorry, but I'm
Is
here.
here.
All right, we have quorum.
Okay. And Austin, can you go over who we've got for staff and guests?
I'll go over the staff, guests, and anyone else who's in attendance here in the room. Myself, Austin Wheelock, CEO of the County of Oswego Industrial Development Agency. Kevin LaMontagne, CFO of the County of Oswego Industrial Development Agency. Kevin Caracoli, General Counsel of the IDA. Nate Emmons, Staff of Operation Oswego County. Amanda Fitzgerald, Special Counsel to the County of Oswego Industrial Development Agency. And then guests in attendance, we have Chris Travisani from Housing Visions, Dave Mankiewicz. We have Corey Bendekovic from CDM and JT Bixby from CDM. I believe that covers everybody who's in attendance at the meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Notice of this meeting was in the Pale Times on the 25th. And we have just a couple of items to deal with today. Item number 2 on the agenda.
Yeah. Before we go into it, I just wanted to read a statement here, just so everybody's aware. So this is a meeting that is to consider initial resolutions for 2 projects. It's not a public hearing. And so with an initial resolution, we're really doing 2 things. We're 1, determining a project's eligibility, and 2, we are scheduling a public hearing for the project to take place in the municipality that the project is located in. So that will, after this, if an initial resolution is approved, that will take place. So just for any guests in attendance, just want to let you know you're welcome to watch and listen to the presentation given by representatives of the project, but any questions or comments need to be held for the public hearing that will be taking place later this month. I will say IDA board members know this, but any IDA board members can ask questions about the project. Okay. Okay. We do have an additional guest. Can you state your name for?
Here's the letter for your husband.
Okay.
Yeah, here. I'm Kevin. Good to see you, Chris. Thank you.
Okay, so the first item on our agenda today is Housing Visions project at the Nestle site, HVC CDM redevelopment, LLC.
So Kevin, do you want to start this off, and then we can ask for a presentation from our guests?
Yeah, I'll just give an overview of the project and start with that, and we'll ask the guest to give some more details. So this project is the construction of a 3-story, 50-unit residential complex of 53,000 square feet on approximately 2.9 acres at the brownfield site in the city of Holden, former Nestle manufacturing location. It's the site is on the corner of Faith Street and South 7th. And it's a mix of affordable and moderate income apartments for households earning between 30% and 80% of the area median income, or AMI. So it's a partnership. There are folks here representing Housing Visions and also an entity named 533 South 4th Street Properties LLC, which is the partner with Housing Visions in this project. So both are here as guests. It's about almost a $24 million project for this 50-unit facility. They have applied for a pilot sales tax exemption and mortgage recording tax exemption. That's basically the overview, and maybe Chris, will turn it over to you or your team to give an update on where you are with the project and timeline and such.
And you guys can come up to the table here too.
Yeah.
Anyone coming up to speak can.
Welcome and join me.
Yeah.
Really?
Everyone step forward and take a step backward.
No, but I think that was a great overview. We really didn't have that much more to add than that, other than we did receive site plan approval from the city of Holden. Also, it was a $1.5 million DRI award recipient. So we've been working with the city for several years now. In terms of our timing, we did apply for a 9% tax credit allocation from HCR last year. Unfortunately, it was not selected, but we are resubmitting this round. So the RFP is open and it's due on September 11th. So we just submitted the TA request to HCR today. That's why Javi came in a little late because he was doing that. And then, we'll participate in learning why it wasn't selected and make those improvements. But we're very excited to work with the IDA on this important housing project in the city.
Assuming your application or submission is accepted, what's the timeline look like for construction?
If they follow kind of last couple of years, probably awards will come out first quarter of next year, and then we'll probably be in a position to close third quarter, so fall of next year.
And then start
Breakground.
or promptly after that,
Correct.
depending on weather and seasons, I guess.
And we close on the construction loan, so we start the next day.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I do want to, per the application, I did want to call out several impacts that we know will take place from the project. So as Kevin said before, it's a 3-story, 50-unit residential complex, but these are building high-quality, professionally managed apartments. It's going to be it's a project that'll be sort of a phase 1 catalyst for the revitalization of the former Nestle Brownfield site. As Chris said, it was an anchor project identified and funded through the city's Fulton DRI. The project will, from a job perspective, it's going to create 2 full-time jobs with an annual payroll approximately $100,000. It's going to create an estimated 93 construction jobs during a 12-month construction period. And while this isn't being contemplated right now, we know the project will generate new revenues for the taxing authorities on a previously exempt city-owned property. So right now it's a city-owned property generating $0. So with a pilot agreement, anything new generated will add to the tax base. So any other, I guess, Chris or team, any other impacts that you guys wanted to call out specifically from this project?
No, I think just positive impacts of revitalizing that site. We did a phase 1 investigation and a phase 2. There's a lot of fill and other materials on there that we're committed to cleaning up and hauling off site. So I think, like you said, hopefully it's a catalyst for future things to come after that.
You by chance have a drawing in this project or a sketch that we can look at? Spirits.
We have one on file, Mark. I don't have it here. I could go get it. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, we would also have that. I would make sure that we have that at the public hearing and for any further actions needed to be taken. If you could go get it right now.
Do you mind? Shall I?
We could put it up if we could, maybe.
Nate, are you alive on email?
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know that we did a similar project in Oswego down on Lake Street, or at least some component of Housing Vision.
Similar finance structure.
Similar
a little
finance
bit. Yeah.
structure, right?
Yeah.
And I know that was a brownfield site. I don't know, and they applied and received brownfield credits.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's in the works for this project or not.
This one is not contaminated to a level that would qualify as a brownfield.
Previously was a parking lot associated with the Nestle site where the
Right.
location is.
Just has unsuitable fill material.
Right.
The Flexo wire site had some contaminants where we really had to inject things into the groundwater to clean it up. Right. We'll be monitoring that for the next 20 years.
But just a question for you, say for the public, you need like a presentation board.
Yeah, if there was something.
We'll bring
you
a
know,
rendering.
Yeah.
Illustrations.
Any sort of renderings or, we don't need to see floor plans. people aren't going to be sitting there critiquing
An exterior.
the architectural.
Site in the building.
Just helps to see, like, this isn't a planning board meeting. We're not critiquing the design of it. It just helps to show people sort of visually. So, yeah, and that's an important distinction to understand, that a public hearing the IDA would take would be specific to the benefits of the project. It's not a second chance at planning or zoning. But Any other questions before we pop this up from the board?
You've got site plan approval already from the city?
Yes, yeah.
Site plan, not a plan. Yeah, that one look bigger.
Okay.
Are you set shared?
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, so we're gonna share on the screen, so anybody who's seeing here in person or anybody who's you know, can watch this after the fact and see what this.
Later
looks
in
like.
that file, and later pages are. And drive views. Not renderings, so.
Just elevations.
Yeah. Elevations.
So they're, it'll be the profit.
So is this the complete site that the IDA was gonna use, or is it more than?
No, this is just, this site is a specific, actually adjacent, directly to the north. The IDA site was 3 acres that was sort of kind of dead center in the back of the site. This is right on the corner of South 7th and Bay Street.
Okay. And now the city owns that.
That's
3
correct.
acres?
Yes. Yep. And that transaction has all taken place. That actually was July 1st. All those took place. Kevin was very involved in the making that happen. It was a complex transaction because it was multi-parties involved, but everybody got around and made it work.
I didn't think we had frontage on Bay Street on the site that we had.
We do not. It was just, the frontage was only on South 7th Street. Yep. And this was the site that the city provided to the project.
So Chris, you have some green space in this layout, I think also a playground.
Yes, there's a playground area. We have adequate parking for the number of residents. It'll be new construction. 100% electric, per most state projects now, everything's 100% electric. There will be some EV charging stations for, electrical vehicles, 3-story. It will be kind of cement board siding.
Maybe we can find it.
There should be a colored rendering.
But if there's anything else that you guys do have since we received this, I would encourage you to bring it to that public
Yes,
hearing.
I'm sorry. I
A
apologize.
rendering perspective or something else. Yep.
Not a big deal for us.
My apologies for not bringing it up.
I don't know if Mark doesn't like it, you know.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. But any other questions from the other board members that are on in the meeting? I know, Tim, you've had experience working with the developer before. Anything?
Yeah, I think that the, you know, specifically dealing with housing visions and the projects at the city of Oswego, I know Attorney Caracoli has as well. But I've been very impressed with their management of that location, their communication with concerns, and just the continued partnership between them and the city and specific parties of the city. I think they've done an excellent job. So personally, I feel comfortable with that.
Thank you.
And there's no commercial space in this building.
Correct.
There was previously, the company had been working with a not-for-profit to put a museum space in, but the museum space has elected not to move forward in the location.
Any other questions or comments, concerns from the board?
Do have a question, but I don't want to ask it out
Okay, I'll stick around.
Okay, can we get a motion for the initial resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Mark, can we get a second?
I'll second.
Whoops.
Oh,
You
that's
got it
okay,
first.
Commissioner.
Mel, dude.
Tricia or Mel? Mel?
Sure.
All right. Any further discussion, comments, questions, concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Yes, go into executive session this time. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so I would ask and obviously come from you, Nick, to move into executive session to discuss any items that are related to contractual or other items that Kevin Caracoli could bring up as a reason for specific to this project.
For this project?
Yeah, so specific to public officers law, section 105. It's for the purpose of going into executive sessions to discuss the financial circumstances of a particular individual, or in this case, corporation or company. So that's the basis for,
Okay.
for doing that.
Can we get a motion to go into executive session? Mark,
I'll second.
Second.
Trisha.
Tricia,
Trisha, second.
all those in favor? All right. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're in executive session.